Hey, what's up, guys? Elias is here, and another follow up of our long term, low risk portfolio. So, a couple of things I want to talk about today, but first, let's start by checking the charts as always. It's been 6, 7 weeks now that we started this portfolio back in July 20th. Today it's September 18th, so it's close to be 2 months right now, and we had overall approximately 750% growth since we started this portfolio, which is equivalent to nearly $6,000. That's overall. In the past month, 140% growth. You guys know how this past 2 weeks been for cryptos, like a lot of red blood everywhere, a lot of FUD, a lot of news with the JP Morgan calling Bitcoin fraud with China bans, a lot of rumors. So it was a little bit. It was not as good as I wanted it to be, but as a long term holder and for the strategy that I'm trying to do for this portfolio, it's just a small step back. Of course, it's affected the 1 month and 1 week uh, profits, but in the long term, this wouldn't matter at all. So we gained nearly $4,000 in the past month. In the past week, only $613. I say only because we used to get more than $1,000 every week. But some stuff are out of control. You can't control everything, which is equivalent to 10%. And in the past 24 hours, it's another. We basically gained this 10% we gained yesterday. Is actually what saved the week. So 10% equivalent to $560 in the last 24 hours. So it's been, as I said, 6, 7 weeks now, and I am starting to see crypto as like I just started crypto maybe two months in the late July, like a lot of you guys, and I'm starting to see crypto a lot differently lately. I used to overtrade before. I used to do a lot of buy and sell. Now, every Monday, I choose three, four, maybe five coins I want to focus on. Sometimes just two, and I react to the market. There's no need to predict the prices. No one knows. All I can do and all I learn to do is basically have plans and have a strategy. If the price goes up, execute this plan. If the price goes down, execute this plan. Instead of buying everything at once or selling everything at once, I learned to buy at multiple stages, multiple resistance levels, and basically sell at multiple resistance levels, and buy at multiple support levels. There's a lot of things that I came to learn in the past 6, 7 weeks, and that was basically my goal by creating this portfolio and trying to bring a lot of people around it basically, and try to build a small community around it, because a lot of you guys are a lot smarter than me, and I read comments, and whenever I post my videos on YouTube, on Twitter, sorry, I get comments and I get replies, and I learn a lot from what you guys say. And as I said, like, I feel I'm maturing. I still have a lot to learn, to be honest, but I feel like every step, every day, every week, I'm maturing a little bit on the crypto world. And for now, like, the level where I am right now is I'm going to show you where I was investing in the past 2 weeks, and you will see that it's a little bit different than what I used to invest in when I started this portfolio. So first of all, Bitcoin has the majority now. In my first 4 or 5 episodes on this channel, I had zero Bitcoin. Like, all my focus was more on Ethereum. Now I am switching the focus to Bitcoin. I love it. I love the fixed supply. I love the way. I mean, Bitcoin is, as I said multiple times, is this big ship. When it moves everything around it. When the big money comes, when bank money comes, institutional money comes, hedge funds money comes, I think only Bitcoin can absorb all that big amount of money. So I am focusing more and more and more on Bitcoin. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I am creating that's whatever you see here, it's basically how rich, this is the rich portfolio, right? And I'm building another portfolio that I'm calling wealth portfolio. So basically I'm trying to make a difference between being rich and being wealthy, in the way that being rich is basically what I have right now as cash to spend. Those are the daily operations that I have, that I can do. But being wealthy is about the assets that I have. So I have a lot of desktop wallets on my old computer that I barely switch on, and have my addresses, and I just transfer whatever I do. I buy some Bitcoin, I nearly transfer 20 or 30% to that wealth wallet. That's what I'm calling it. Maybe I'll do a video one day on that computer, just a screenshot to show you the transactions that I've been doing lately. But for now, what I want to say is, I try to, I only leave on exchanges what I am about, or what I am able to trade in the next 5 days max. Everything else move to cold storage for the long run. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that also my picks are changing. So let's have a look at, we talked about Bitcoin, let's have a look at CIVIC. You guys know how I love CIVIC, how I love the economical model they are building, the way they're building CIVIC as a company first, not just a beautiful white paper, a lot of promises, let's get the community, let's do an ICU and then deliver, maybe not. They're building a company. They're in the roadmap, they're talking about charging, they're presenting premium service and charging other companies to use theirs. I love it, and I said multiple times, this is Wall Street language. This is what all the coins needs to start speaking. So CIVIC is one of my picks. I have been buying more and more CIVIC. I have so far 922. I am a little bit in the red for most of it. But as I said, this is a long term. Maybe I'll be buying more for later. IOTA. I was super excited about IOTA. I am still excited about IOTA. I am still accumulating IOTA as much as I can. So yes, I started buying IOTA on August 11, 14, 17, 18. Basically, I was buying the dips, and I bought a little bit more. So this is, I actually have two entries because I was buying IOTA with BTC. I have 593, and then I have IOTA that I was buying with Ethereum too. Sometimes when BTC network was too slow, I was buying Ethereum and transferring Ethereum. So those are a lot in the red, but IOTA is a long term. I'm not selling IOTA. Now it's 0.7. I'm not selling it before it hits $2-3 max, minimum. Sorry. You guys know how we talk about ARC. What was a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Bizarre on ARC is, in the past 2 weeks, the FUD weeks, all the coins were going down, but ARC was going up. I didn't understand why. I don't know why, but basically it was going up. Look at this. Everything else was going down. ARC was going up. And one of the theories is that basically the users, the ARC holders, are actually a lot mature in the game. They know what ARC is about. ARC also has a great team that speaks Wall Street language, as I keep saying. They go to conferences, they sit with people, they do a lot of webinars, they do a lot of, they go see people, they explain it, they go to a lot of tech conferences, and I like that as well. Rise. How about Rise? So I bought Rise back in the day. I was fortunate enough to buy it at 221.40 Satoshi, which for now gave me 400% growth. I only sold 800 and kept 200 back in my storage, and then I bought more later, like 1 month later, 3 weeks later, and I have already 41%. And at the same, like as well as I did before, I bought for 450, sold 200, just to try to get my initial investment, or just to try to get some profits. It's good to have cash on the side. That way you can sleep well, so I like to keep some USDT on the side so I could buy Bitcoin when it goes down. That's why, and I transfer the rest to my cold storage wallet. What else? Monero. So I started the Monero game a little bit late, right? Again, it's been only 2 months that I'm here. I bought Monero when it was at 31, then bought it when it was at 26. One thing that I also should mention it is that I bought a mining contracts for Monero at Genesis Mining. 200 Canadian, basically $160 American dollar contracts for the next 2 years. I'm gonna put the link on the description of the video. If you click on the link and then register at Genesis, I will get 3%. You will get 3%. Just a disclaimer. But basically, Monero for me is the same Bitcoin is for the rest of the cryptocurrencies. Monero is way ahead than any other coin when it comes to privacy. And I'm saying this although I own Verge. I bought some Verge. I was buying, buying, selling. I actually made some quick buck on Verge. Let me go back. Yeah, like 15% and 24%. I bought also PIVX, and I'm going to hold the rest of PIVX. Like I bought 51, sold 40. I guess I only hold like 17 or 18 or 20. I will keep buying them as soon as they buy the dips. But from all those three, Monero, PIVX, and XVG, Monero is way ahead. When it comes to privacy, Monero is the one that's able to absorb all the money that people are going to put into privacy coins one day. Because here's the thesis. Whenever I have to choose between a coin, an established coin, and a new coin, and this is all about low risk, right? I go for the established one because I ask myself the question, if someone had $20 million right now to invest, where would he put it? Would he put it on Monero, an established coin, amazing community, amazing dev team, clear roadmap, proven coin, or he will put it in Verge, which yet has to prove itself, or any other privacy coin. So, which means that, oh, look at this, Ethereum is going up. I have to add more transactions on Ethereum. I haven't added them here to Blockfolio. So that's the thesis. You guys are smart enough to make your own decisions, but that's how I look at it. But it was pretty good yesterday and today morning. I sold just a little bit, so I have around. So this is the same thing. I have BAT with BTC, and I have also a little bit of BAT with Ethereum. Most of it I was buying with Ethereum. So I sold this morning around, let's go back here. I sold yesterday night around 68.30 Satoshi. I sold pretty much 240 because I had bought before 272 and I sold them at basically 45%, 43% gain. The rest is going to my cold storage. BAT is for the long term. BAT is the same thing. So when I said that my vision has matured, it's basically now I'm looking at cryptos that have potential to become enterprises, companies. BAT is one of them. And by owning the coins, I am looking to own shares in those companies. That's how I look at it. ICOs are not going anywhere. ICOs are going to stay, and they're going to be one way to raise funds. It's basically the same way a company want to go IPO in the stock market, a company in cryptocurrency world will go ICO, and the coins are a way to share, to own stocks in this company. So when I say that I have 2,000 BAT, it's basically the way I look at it is, in 3-4 years when BAT is an established company, I am owning 200 stock on BAT. I am owning 1,000 CIVIC. I am owning, IOTA. IOTA is more like a technology, but that's why I'm shifting my perspective into coins that are built to be companies. One of them is SNT, status. So let's have a look at SNT. Oh, that's beautiful graph. I have been just accumulating SNT. I bought a lot. I bought like 30 July. That was my first transaction. That was one of the first coins I bought. I liked the idea. Like once SNT is status IM is stable, WhatsApp cannot compete with it. WeChat cannot compete with it. The level of privacy, the level of security, the level of fast transactions, the level of the way like you can talk to people, and at the same time the apps are integrated with it, and you could play with smart contract, do transactions on the blockchain, the same thing in one secure app. I don't think any existing chat app can compete with that. So I bought it when it was at 0.066, and then I bought it. Then I started buying more, buying the dips basically 0.03, 0.02, 0.027, 0.26. Now it's up 30%. Am I gonna sell? Oh, interesting. I think I'm going to sell like those $150 SNT that I bought just recently 2 days ago. These ones, I think I'm going to sell them, and then wait for the dip and then buy again. But status is again joins BAT and joins CIVIC. It's going to be an established company that I would like to own shares in. 0x. I've talked about 0x before, and basically the whole idea, just a quick summary, is, yes, maybe I need to buy more 0x. So here's the thing, whenever I try to buy 0x, I remember that it's on Liqui.io. I don't like that exchange one bit, so I refrain from buying it. That's sad, but that's the real story. So yes, what I wanted to say is basically 0x, at some point, regulators are going to be hammering all those exchanges. So the exchanges, of course, are going to want to follow regulations. We're talking about Bitfinex, Bittrex, Kraken, and all those. So they're going to be delisting all the coins that don't follow regulations. So the question is, where do these coins are going to go? They're not just gonna, disappear. And 0x is kind of the solution. 0x is a protocol to build decentralized exchanges. If the US government is able to stop Bittrex from exercising, the government will not be able to stop a decentralized exchange. It's the same thing. It's an exchange built on the blockchain. And 0x is providing the protocol in order to build that. And that's why I believed a lot in the projects in the first time. I know I should buy more, especially that I'm down 33%, just in order to dollar cost average my investment. But maybe, I don't know, man. Like, whenever I remember it's on Liqui, I'm disappointed. One other project that I just got in this morning, it was not the best entry point. I just wanted to get in. I didn't actually wait enough. I got at 100. I got at 1700. Right now, at the end of the day, it's down to 1500. I could have waited, but when you buy 500 coin at a coin that costs 0.002 cents, it actually doesn't matter that much. So Einsteinium, I've had my eyes on it lately, and then I kind of just forgot about it. But then I was reading about it lately, and they have some exciting news coming. They are burning more than 50 million coins in order to make the network a little bit more secure. They are rewriting the core. They're doing a lot of updates. So I actually thought that it's time for me to jump a little bit on it and watch it. Einsteinium idea is pretty cool. There's a group of scientists that want to get fundraising using Einsteinium coin. And we know that scientists, well, some would argue and say economists, but scientists also rule the world. So we'll see how it goes. I just put $10 in it. We'll see how it goes for now. Of course I am buying THC. Of course I am. I'm a big believer in legalizing cannabis, marijuana, especially here in Canada. I bought it a long time ago. I keep buying the dips. Yep, I think I should buy more. 340, man. 340. Especially when cannabis is going to be legalized in Canada in the next year, this is gonna skyrocket. So that's for the last updates. In order to summarize, I am trying to put money more into coins that have better chance into becoming companies. I'm starting to look at coins as shares, stocks. I'm focusing also more on Bitcoin and IOTA. Waves also. That's a good platform. Let's see. What are we doing? Yeah, good. I sold actually 12 this morning at 20 at a 36%, I guess. Yep, that was 36% growth, and then I will just wait until it goes down and then I will buy again. That's it, guys. If you have any comments, oh yes, I forgot to say that from my this portfolio hit for the first time 1 Bitcoin, 0.30. That's the first video after it hit that threshold, so I'm pretty happy about it. That's it, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.